Hello and welcome to everybody. It's an absolute thrill to welcome you to this day one clash, and no day, of course, engenders hope or optimism more than this one. Optimism which could dissipate at a rate most alarming or last all the way to the latter stages. We shall see. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The action has already started. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Bellingham. Bale. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for...
Azar! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Keeper's dealt with that. Oh, super ball. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
It's their second corner of the game. Azar! And that has been clubbed away. Camavinga, it's a searching pass. Oh, important interception. Valverde. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Tries a shot! Camavinga can get it clear. He's picked his way through. Defending of the desperate variety. Pass somewhat off target. Bellingham. Chance! Wonderful! That is a gem! An absolute gem! He just absolutely speared that in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Madrid have their opener. It's Azar! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Madrid have their third corner. Madrid are looking to go forward now. Now it's Goulet. He's shifting through the gears here. Camavinga. Howson gets over and intercepts. Madrid do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to...
Bellingham. Oh, they can break here. And it's Azar. Howson makes the interception. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Valverde. Goulet. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the...
Shoots! And that is wildly off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Hazard. And it's Valverde. Now it's Goulet. Oh, that's fabulous. They're urging him, and he shoots! He's got a goal! what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, that's an incredible shot.
That shapes to shoot! Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Now, what about a counter-attack? Goulet? Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He has found the way through. Bale unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Howson kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Out to the right. Oh, he's found support out wide. He shot, surely! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. And here's Bale. He's beaten the last man. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now, can they get him away? Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Costa. Now it's Hazard. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Now it's Bale. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Bellingham. Oh, that's well spotted. Valverde.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Goulet. Bale. And he's in on goal. Real chance! And he has kept it out. And the first 45 minutes are up. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Madrid in control at half-time, 2-0. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Picked out, he's had a shot! Oh, how's that for a goal? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. The second half off to a spectacular start. He gave it plenty and some, thrashed it in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
We have got ourselves a game here.
What a difference, a half-time rocket from the man.
There's the shot! Bellingham.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
That's been cut out, well played. Goulet. And he was quick to react. And now the breakaway. And it's Hazard. Now that looks a decent ball. And he was alert to it. He can get that clear. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Valverde could try cutting in. Oh, smashing header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Camavinga. That's going right the way across. Now he's off and running. No way through. Just about up to the hour now. Goulet is onto this, looking to play him in. Madrid needed that, they really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Vinicius Junior.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Madrid suddenly appear frail.
Yes, from comfort zone to a
Oh, he's been caught. Chance for a shot! Really well taken goal. They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Shot at goal! Dispatched clinically. And that takes him up to 30. 30 goals for this side. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Madrid get themselves into the lead. Turns back here, probably the best option. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 10, el dorsal 17, Bale. Serán sustituidos por
that is good alertness.
18, Forlán.
Madrid are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do... Chance! Off the post! Alexander-Arnold gets it away.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Takes a shot! Forlán! Fantastic! He's got himself an absolute peach.
Mbappe can rightly take credit for the finish, but it was the quick retrieval of the ball that set it up. That was key.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it. An impact sub.
It's Forlán! And it's there! And they are cruising away. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
And yes, it's him again.
El dorsal 5.
So now the difference is 3.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do.
And the finish! They want to be quick to recover. Oh, what has happened here? Alexander-Arnold plays it in. Ricky Puig conjures time and space where few can. Looking for options for movement.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Ricky Puig, shot could be on.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Forlán. Now it's Vinicius Junior, and he's worked it through. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Not the most convincing of passes. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. De Jong. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Costa. This is De Jong. Ambitious ball here. It's played through for him. And a chance! Sticks it away! And they are right back within touch! Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a triumph. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, it's pretty clear that...
Hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We have already started here. Well, it seems fair to say, Jim, that Diego Forlan is the outstanding player in this lineup.
Yeah, and I think it's incredible how his career has turned out after a difficult start. He's made himself into a great all-round player with vision and creativity in addition to his finishing.
Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. Madrid gifted a massive chance. So the would-be breakthrough moment. Never any doubt. Not much more than a formality.
A picture of confidence. That was never missing.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Great vision. That's a... It's full on! Yes! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic. Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited for me. Now they can go one better, possibly.
Casado. Oh, there's a probing ball. And he's in on goal. Roll! Goal! Barcelona! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Barcelona go into the lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertainer.
He's had a shot! Oh, it's there! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Madrid finding their passes. Bale stood his ground strongly. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Camavinga, he has found the way through. Cross into the box. Not the most accurate pass. And he thumps it clear. And he's there to retrieve it. Goulet. He shifted it to the flank. Van Nistelrooy. And Van Nistelrooy! Well, it was a nice setup, but not so good beyond that.
Van Nistelrooy had the chance of finishing off a fabulous move. At least we saw some terrific high-tempo approach play.
Valverde gets into a good position. Koundé. Rashford is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. He's found a way through. They're urging him to... And the shot! In he goes again. It's anyone's ball now. In for the pieces. Valverde. Goulet. And this is Bale. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. And for sure, that was not one of his best.
I was expecting him to play it in until I saw his run-up.
Camavinga. Eder Militao. Now Casado. And it's Rashford. Valverde has created one goal already. Now it's Forlan. Nicely weighted ball. Asensio spots it and intercepts. Bellingham. Oh, perfectly measured that. And the flag has stayed down. And it's Valverde. Tries to play it through. Lovely, now then. Rashford. Valverde. And he's managed to get free. Now, can they get him away? He's shifting through the gears here. Goulet. Hazard. Camavinga. Carvajal tries making a foray down the right. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Oh, just skips past his man. There's a no-nonsense tackle. And the referee brings the first half to a close. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. What a good half. They've gone blow for blow, and it's 2-2.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 9.
Madrid get the second half going.
Será sustituido por el dorsal 20. Bale.
And it's Bellingham. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Always going over the top.
The moans and groans are predictable. He felt compelled to try.
Koundé. Asensio. For Rashford. In with the challenge. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Expertly cut out, really. Goes for a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Now it's Bale. Hazard can so cleverly bypass the press. Valverde. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Valverde! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Played out wide. Carvajal does well to get it back. Carvajal hurtling down that right flank. Valverde. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Van Nistelrooy. Xavi Alonso looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah,
A header! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
it was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Casado. Madrid have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Camavinga kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Can he get on the end of this? Rashford. Now it's Bale. Now it's Rashford. He's picked his way through. Howson defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And they can counter here. Looking for a runner. No, he's just misjudged that one. Koundé. Casado. Koundé. And it's Koundé. Probing pass. That's good vision. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And he's there to belt it away. Casado. And here's Valverde. Rashford. Bellingham did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And it's Rashford. Barcelona go in search of a late winner. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Now it's Bellingham. That's a shade optimistic. Oh, good-looking ball. Bale is onto it in a flash. Bellingham. And here's Bale. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, but it had to be. And the counter is on. And that's the end of that. It all started. Oh, given away. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. And he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Gets a good foot in there. Looking for the run. Now it's Mbappe. And the shot! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Mbappe has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
He's had it taken off him. He is through here. He's in a great position here. Takes a shot! He's got away with one there.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Raul. 2 minutes to be added on. It's a searching pass. Neatly clipped into space. Asensio cuts it out. So nothing between them in 90 minutes, and we are in for extra time.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So a brief breather, and then extra time.
Se ruega a nuestros espectadores que obedezcan en todo momento las indicaciones del personal del estadio. Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 13 será reemplazado
Don't test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time. Casado simply refused to be outdone there. Azar. And it's Camavinga. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Chance! Mbappe. Valverde.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And he's picked out the run. He's picked his way through. Well read, and the danger is averted. He can get that clear. Rafinha does really well to win the ball there. Can he get it through? And the pass is intercepted. Now he's got space here. Forlan has it out wide and in space. Brilliantly cut out. Valverde. Ambitious ball here. The ball is loose and the chase is on. And here's Bale. It's a really well-measured ball. And that is a little undercut. Chouameni. Now it's Azar. That's it for the first period of extra time. Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them?
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 18.
And so the last chance to find a winner.
El dorsal 14.
This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Raul. Guardiola. Chouameni promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Mbappe, passing nice and neat. Now that's a lovely exchange. Shoots! Oh, what about that? And that may just do it! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Guardiola. Now it's Mbappe. There will be a throw-in. Nicely shaped ball. Ricky Puig is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Pass is just off target. And here's Azar.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Azar. Asensio wins the duel this time. Bale. To Guardiola. And that is as far as it goes. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, it's pretty clear that there was a solid game plan in place for what was a very...
Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Well, it seems fair to say, Jim, that Diego... Can he finish? He's delivered all right!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Mbappe! That was superb goalkeeping.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
And we have our very first corner. Corner number 2 then. And that could work. And a chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Bellingham is offering a wry smile there.
Barcelona have their third corner. Oh, great header! Now that was a full-blooded header.
Well, he can't be accused of not being brave, Peter, and his boss will give him the thumbs up, I'm sure.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. And it's Bellingham. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Passes short and sharp. That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's been played through. He's one-on-one! Big chance! And one more try! There's a goal! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Forlan duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Van Nistelrooy. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Great vision. Bellingham looking to run onto it. That's a decent clearance. Forlan. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Chips it through. That's the keeper's ball. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Valverde.
This is the time you need that pace.
Madrid finding their passes. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Rudiger.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
And there is the half-time whistle. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1.
Que el estadio dispone de una sala de objetos perdidos que permanecerá abierta entre semana en horario de oficina. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Barcelona kick off the second half. Raul. Now that looks a decent ball. Howson. And Rafinha. Ambitious ball here. That's beautifully weighted. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Rafinha. No way through. Played back in. Camavinga. Xavi Alonso. And it's Carvajal. And here's Rafinha. Valverde.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Koundé tries to clear. Now it's Raul. Well, that has not gone well. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Bellingham. Searching pass he's played there. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Van Nistelrooy, who does have an assist to his name. And it's Bale.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Camavinga is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Almost an hour gone. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, there's the clearance. He's being urged to shoot. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Can he get on the end of this? And he's picked it up out wide. He is through here. And the ball is out of play. Carvajal is looking to influence the game from out wide. Throw it. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Alvarez. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Passing nice and neat. And Van Nistelrooy! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Van Nistelrooy really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Koundé gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now this could be a chance. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
A probing pass. Pedri. Camavinga. Oh, that's well spotted. Bellingham. Can he get it through?
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Chance for a shot! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Pedri! Oh, he really got hold of that.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Played into space. Now that's well seen too. Threads one in. And he's managed to get free. And that's been won straight back. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Bale receives it in a wide position. That'll be a corner.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
El dorsal 5.
Cleared away.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
That has ended up in no man's land. No, that's been intercepted. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 10.
Madrid making another change here.
7. El dorsal 8. Xavi Alonso. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 18. Forlán. El dorsal 28. El dorsal 23.
It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time.
Cambio de jugadores.
So our quest to find the winner continues. Oh, what has happened here? Azar. It's Bellingham. Chouameni. And here's Bale. Good ball, good take. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Chance! And that's a real chance missed. Amrabat. Pedri. Stood up well to him there. Nice looking ball. Koundé. Amrabat. Bellingham. He's picked his way through. Oh, he's been... tries a shot! Defending of the desperate variety. Bale. Rudiger goes on a charge down the left. Now, can they get him away? Decent chance! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert.
That's it for the first period of extra time. Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? And we're off for the final time. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Madrid looking to pass their way through. And that's a... And Van Nistelrooy! Oh, that could cost them.
Van Nistelrooy really wanted that, didn't he? Probably a little too much, to be honest.
So, third corner of the game. Cleared without hesitation. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Shot a goal! It's in! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Howson. Barcelona clearly now in lead preservation mode. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Madrid could have here their final chance. Corner number 4 coming up here. Time is desperately short now, but it is a corner. They're up to 5 corners now. Madrid with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. The corner count is rising. That's 6. This could be their final throw of the dice. It's a lucky 7th corner. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Madrid did lead, indeed they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to come back from this.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. And that gets things running. Borussia Dortmund have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course, so with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Borussia Dortmund clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Chance here to counter. Now it's Bellingham. And it's Xabi Alonso. Now it's Dembele. Oh, super find. Deftly away. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's made its way to him. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, he's ended up in no man's land. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
First quarter of an hour gone. Now it's Messi. Now it's Rafinha. Well-timed, excellent interception. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be. Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Bellingham gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Davids is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Lionel Messi's heroics in the Middle East still very fresh in our minds, Jim.
They are. 7 goals, and deservedly the player of the tournament. He was terrific in the knockout round, scoring in every game. And I was particularly impressed with that semi-final performance.
Yeah, penalty to start with, of course, and then he finished it all off, setting up the third, 20 minutes out from the end.
Yeah, it was a perfect performance against a very tough and durable Croatian side. He was the star.
Aims beyond the defence. He has found a way through. That's a lovely, neat pass. Played into space. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rafinha. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Dinks one through. Costa Curta cuts it out. Borussia Dortmund look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Messi, out to the right. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available. Chance for a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Messi is offering a wry smile there. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that pass just didn't quite work. Beckenbauer. Rafinha. Massaro. And it's Rijkaard. So nearly the perfect ball.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Messi. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
Please join me in wishing
Reflections on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. So neither side has yet broken through.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, that's a key interception. He's found a way through. And Messi!
Borussia Dortmund are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
And he's gone looking for safety. Davids. And it's Messi.
Messi really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
That's an imaginative pass. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That has been cut short. Tries to play it through. Davids. Goalless still. Neither side really getting onto the front foot. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's lofted through here. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. It's a searching pass. Maldini calmly anticipates. Rafinha looks to get on the end of this. Davids. So we've reached the hour mark. Pass somewhat off target. That pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Messi. Threads one in. Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
He's in a good position. Decent chance! Magnificent from Massaro! A finish of true class!
The goal scorer for Milan.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to one...
Massaro! Rafinha. Oh, it's Dembele. Oh, red, nice interception. And that is as far as they're going to go. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away. Shapes to shoot! And again, the keeper stands strong. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Tries a deft little ball.
Milan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Looking for the run. Van Dijk concedes a free kick for that.
Substitution.
Borussia Dortmund can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Good strike, quite an alarm.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And now they can spring out of defence.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Knocks it into space, and he's picked out the run. Real chance! In for the pieces! Goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run.
Can he finish? And it's Neymar.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Nakata. Now, can they get him away? He's through here. Maldini. Davids. Neymar. Oh, well measured. He's picked his way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that is as far as it goes. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work.
Volunteers for each block, please.
So what do you
report to
take
the
away
staff
from it
room
all, Jim?
immediately.
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. And as you can see, we've already started here. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
And the through ball, and this is Bale. It's a throw-in. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I know people are probably going to knock me as being biased towards my trade, but when you have someone like this fellow, Josko Guardiola...
Alonso! That's a half-decent try. Bellingham. Played into space. And it's Xavi Alonso. Now it's Bale. It's a good spell of possession, this. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Xavi Alonso. Beckham. Nicely weighted ball. Cute ball now. How can he reach it? Oh no, this does not look good. Mateus. Massaro. Now it's Bellingham. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Beckham. There's a shot. And the finish! Oh, he's been caught on it here. In he goes again. And it's hoisted clear. That's an imaginative pass. Chiellini gets it away. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Bale. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Real chance! And it's Bellingham. Ah, that's a fine interception. Mateus. Manchester United applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but, of course, the returns can be terrific. The muscular approach does pay off here. Xavi Alonso. Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. Well, that is one way to stop him. Van Bouten, well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Knocks it into space. Chiellini promptly onto that, and that is that. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Can he get on the end of this? Rice. Vardiol.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Filippo Inzaghi. And a chance! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay onside, Peter. That was really clever.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition. OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
It will be. Too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. Looking tidy in possession here. Oh, well played, well played. Now that looks a decent ball. Alonso. Chance here to counter. Now it's Iwobi. Can he get it through? And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And the first half is done. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
He's in a great position here. Oh, what has happened here? I think that's offside. Yes, it is. De Ketelaere threads one in. Van Bouten spots it and intercepts. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Bale. And here's Inzaghi. De Ketelaere. He has found the way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Bale really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Beckham, and this is Bale.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Substitution.
And it's Iwobi. Good ball, good take. Takes aim and crosses. No mistake! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Manchester United, after 68 minutes, is
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Well, that's well seen too. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Chance for a shot! Really well taken goal. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal.
Can he finish? And And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Manchester United with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And he's heaved it away. Milan are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so.
Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
De Ketelaere. Inzaghi. This looks promising. That has not gone well. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Now it's De Ketelaere. Thinks about the shot. And he was alert to it. Oh, no, it's an own goal!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Now it's De Ketelaere. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Engages and forces him off the ball. And this is Inzaghi. Great defending, strong and determined. Inzaghi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. No, that's been intercepted. Beckham. Alexander-Arnold does really well to win the ball there. That ball looks a good one. And the shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And the lead is extended still further. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
5 minutes added time.
And it's Nakata. Ronaldo receives it in a good position here. Iwobi tries to play it through. Now this could be a chance. He is through here. Shot, surely! It's there! Result no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly have time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Manchester United are having a ball here. A nice sequence of passes, this. And that's that. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless.